33-year-old Schnell Leite, his first time fighting in America, an aggressive striker out of the Shooter Box Academy. Fast and powerful, knockout power in both hands. Doesn't do decisions, it's knockout or be knocked out when Schnell Leite is in the cage. Had a huge weight cut for this one, flew here all by himself. Hadn't slept for 2 days when we spoke to him yesterday due to the weight cut and the jet lag. But predicted he'll knock out Schnell with a combination of punches, says it'll come in the second round.
And he's very skilled on the ground also. And the cool thing about this, like you said, is his team put together the money to send him here, made the sacrifice financially to get him to America to fight in front of the TV cameras here. And that's a pretty cool story, to be honest with you. A guy that's been struggling probably, trying to get to the big time, and finally made it to America.
Third degree black belt in BJJ, world champion in BJJ, a brown belt. Schnell Leite.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing American top team, Matt Schnell.
Commentator Matt Schnell a number of times, Pat, and speaking to this 25-year-old yesterday, there seems to be a different demeanor to him. We used to see a very jovial Matt Schnell, but yesterday there was no joking around. There was no jovial Matt Schnell. It was all serious, all business. He comes in off a guillotine victory over Chris Myers back in February, and he says he wants to make fast work of the Brazilian here tonight.
Yeah, you get to a certain point in your career where you realize you can't play games anymore. You're not, he's 25, look, he's very young still. But I think you come to a point in your career where it has to become all business, and his face and demeanor certainly showed that yesterday.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for what should be an intriguing matchup at flyweight. 9 fights versus 8. Experience very similar in the pro ranks. 8 years the elder is the Brazilian. Here's 3 inches the shorter. Weight goes the way of Matt Schnell. Schnell says the game plan is to keep it technical, keep the chin tucked, pick apart Leite with a jab, frustrate him in the striking exchanges. He'll look to keep the fight standing as much as he can. He says, I'm not silly. I know how good Schnell is on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 5th fight of the evening is being brought to us by Classic Chevrolet and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 5 minutes each in the Legacy Flyweight division. Introducing first on my right, fighting out of the Star Motorcycles blue corner. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, is official weight 124 3/4 pounds. This striker holds a record of 5 victories versus 4 defeats. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Schnell Leite. Across the cage on my left, fighting out of the Yamaha red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, is official weight 126 1/2 pounds. This dynamic submission fighter holds a record of 7 victories against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Shreveport, Louisiana, Matt Danger Schnell. Referee to give final instructions, Jordan Bass.
All right, both of you been given instructions. You had your rules meeting. Do you have any final questions? Okay, you understand what you're here to do. Touch gloves. Let's come out and have a good fight.
Jordan Bass with the final instructions. Matt Danger Schnell and Schnell Leite of Brazil. Will we see another first round finish here at Legacy 42? We've had 4 so far.
Leite's very wild when it comes to striking.
Overhand right early from Leite, high left roundhouse kick from him, trying to control center cage and force Schnell to the outside. Schnell with a nice combination, drops the Brazilian. It's going to be another first round finish, and it's Matt Danger Schnell, pounds out Leite. Maybe the quickest finish of the night right there.
Didn't give Leite a chance to even recover. He was getting blistered on the ground, but he was still trying to fight back.
Wow, we'll get the official time on that in a moment, but certainly wasn't a minute. May have been around 30 seconds.
You know what? I said a few words and it was over.
Yeah. Danger Schnell, we told you he was all about business, no time wasting, no mucking around. Leite maybe realising the heavyweight cut, the jet lag, travelling alone is not a good recipe when you're fighting for the first time on American soil. Real time again, folks. This is how long it lasted.
Leite one hand overhand right and didn't move his head when he was done and just stayed there in front of Schnell. Can't do it. You get lit up. Here it is one more time, overhand right coming. And the head stays in the same spot, and it's easy to hit you when you do that. Down he goes. Gets smoked a couple more times. And
I like that Schnell didn't get too wild with those punches, Pat. They were looping punches, but they were short, they were tight, they were precise.
Yeah, crisp, fired off a bunch of them. Leite didn't move, didn't get out of the way, stayed right there. And, hey, as long as they're not moving and you're making contact, keep punching.
Matt Schnell went shooter box style on the shooter box fighter. Let's go to Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, 19 seconds into round number 1. Your winner by TKO, Matt Danger Schnell.
19 seconds is all it took for Matt Danger Schnell to put a pounding on Wanderlei Leite. Leite falls 5-5. Schnell, who is running quite the streak now, goes to 7-2 in his career, a 4-fight winning streak for Matt Danger Schnell. And as we said, it was all about business tonight for Matt Schnell. He said no mucking around, no joking.